Hello, my name is Matthew. I'm from PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Today we will be putting in a filtration system on a customer's existing loop. With this existing loop, we're unsure if it treats the whole home. At first, what we will do is basically pull it apart, cap it, and see if there's any water left over before we continue the installation. With that product that they picked, Redox is a really cool form of filtration. Not only does it soften the water, but it conditions the water. So your water will feel good on your skin and it'll taste a lot better. In Arizona, we have really harsh conditions here. So most people who are thinking about putting in a water softener, we also tell them to also thinking about putting in a conditioner at the same time if they're going to be drinking that water. This is pretty much where we'll be working today, so we'll continue on here in a second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is basically we're going to check where the water comes into the loop first. You always want to verify this connection because if you don't, you can destroy your system. We see a lot of installations go wrong just because they didn't check the flow of water. Chase, do you want to go ahead and turn on the water? Once we figure out where the water's coming out, that will be the into the system, and we've verified that connection. So it's actually pretty crazy. Our connection's on the left side. Most of our units have connections on the right side for the in, so it's a good thing that we verified this connection in this case. Chase, you can shut the water off. Now we can ensure a good installation of our systems and we can warranty it. Okay, so our next step, what we'll be doing is basically building out our loop. We're gonna have a couple of lines coming out of the wall. One's gonna go into the unit, one's gonna go out of the unit. What we like to do for most customers, especially nowadays, cars are so expensive, we put in a hose bib so you can rinse your car off with soft water. Most people don't know, but car washes, the spot-free rinse part of it is gonna be soft water. Okay, now that we kind of got our loop figured out here, we put some marks on the wall for the customer for future reference. This is our feed, this is our return. Also, we pre-assembled everything, took all our measurements. We haven't burned it in yet, but we kind of wanted to show you how this works. So we have our catch screen, then we'll have our hose on treated water. We'll run some flex connectors to the unit itself. When these units regenerate, there's a lot of force going through them. There's a little valve, it just spins, but when it opens and closes these different ports, the unit will move a bit. So we try not to hard pipe the units directly in. We don't want your wall shaking when this thing's regenerating. Okay, we were getting ready to tie in the softener drain and we found this material. It's called polybutylene. A lot of houses from the 90s still have it. It usually looks like gray, and it says Vanguard on this specific kind. If you do have this in your home, you're going to want to get it replaced as soon as possible. There's no longer a warranty. They had a big class action lawsuit about it. If you do find this in your home or you suspect that it's in your home, give PlumSmart a call. We'll come out at no charge, and we'll try to figure out how much of this is in your home to try to get you fixed right. That way you don't have to worry about this rupturing in the middle of the night. Okay, so we just finished up the installation of the Redox filtration system. This particular home required quite a few modifications to get this thing in. We kept running into studs coming up the wall, so we did have to cut open drywall to be able to get that drain line up and across. Once we were able to get it up and across, it went pretty smoothly, but we had to pull the polybutylene out, which we showed you earlier. Unfortunately, we can't keep that in the house and have a warranty. So now the system's in, water will pass through this system. All the water going through this system will be treated. It'll be soft and it'll also be conditioned. So we're not only talking about taking out the hardness, we're talking about taking out chlorine, heavy metals, lead, mercury, some pharmaceuticals, some organics and stuff like that. It's a really effective system for Arizona's harsh water. Also, while we were here, we saw that the TMP line was installed in a manufactured home type of plastic. I'll even show you guys. It's this stuff. It's really cheap. It's not rated to code. It needs to be hard piped to the outside. For these customers, what we did is basically just do that for them. It's something we like to do. We don't want to walk around on eggshells in people's homes. So we told them, they were okay with it. We didn't even charge them to fix it. It's just something that we're going to do to keep them safe. So now that the system's all plumbed in, everything is installed, these customers will have about 10 to 20 years of filtration with no problems.